history with women and how he treated the former Miss Universe, Alicia Machado, during the Latina star's very public struggle with weight gain. Watch.
One of the worst things he said was about a woman in a beauty contest. He loves beauty contests, supporting them and hanging around them. And he called this woman Miss Piggy. Then he called her Miss Housekeeping because she was Latina. Donald, she has a name. Her name is Alicia Machado.
The former Miss Universe is here. She says Donald Trump made her life miserable. We'll ask her about that. But first, Trace Gallagher.
Presidency, describing the GOP nominee as a man filled with grudges, racism, and anger, and blaming him for contributing to her 5-year struggle with bulimia and anorexia. But the former Miss Universe also admits that during her reign, she became hard to work with and refused to do some promotional appearances. Today on Fox and Friends, Donald Trump said this.
That person was a Miss Universe person, and she was the worst we ever had. The worst, the absolute worst. She was impossible. And she was a Miss Universe contestant and ultimately a winner who they had a tremendously difficult time with as Miss Universe. She was the winner, and she gained a massive amount of weight. And it was a real problem.
Machado, who's from an influential and politically engaged family in Venezuela, is now a naturalized U.S. citizen. She is also a well-known Spanish and English language actress, which is bad for Trump because it means this story is playing big in both Spanish and English media. The Trump campaign calls Machado's accusations baseless and part of a smear campaign. Megan.
Trace, thank you. Joining me now, the former Miss Universe and now Hillary Clinton supporter, Alicia Machado. Alicia, thank you so much for being with us tonight. So, the Trump campaign can't really deny that he harassed you over your weight because it's on camera many times. They seem to be denying the specific charges Hillary leveled, which is the language of Miss Piggy and Miss Housekeeping. Was anybody there to witness when he said those things to you?
Well, first, I want to say thank you to give it to me this space and to share my story with Mr. Trump. Then this happened 20 years ago. And, you know, I don't need to share this story if I don't believe that person is not the right person then being a president or trying to be a president. This happened 20 years ago. In that moment, he was not the person that you can see now. Maybe he was more just a business guy. And I was a little girl too, with 18 years old. And you know, the only thing I want to do is to share my story. I think in this moment, just for my community. I'm a Latina, I'm from Venezuela, and from Venezuela and Cuba. And you know, I need to share my story. I think I can open a few eyes. I can maybe change a few minds. Then, you know, I don't think this person is the right person then can be a president.
You said as a result of what he said to you, you developed an eating disorder, bulimia, and anorexia. But you had said publicly at the time that you suffered from both of those eating disorders prior to the Miss Universe contest, and really, have come into...
No, never. Prior than Miss Universe pageant, I never.
Well, this is from
any
May.
problem before the Miss Universe.
Well, this is from the Washington Post.
Sorry, that happened.
Let me just tell you. Let me just tell you what I'm referring to, and then you respond. The Washington Post from May 16th, 1997, reported this quote from you. I was anorexic and bulimic, but almost all of us are. When I was preparing for Miss Universe, it was an obsession for me to not gain weight. By the time I won, I was actually recovering, but the year leading to it, I didn't eat at all, and whatever I ate, I threw up. I weighed 116 pounds when I won. I was skeletal. So it sounds like, without diminishing anything that you went through after Trump, it does sound like you had an eating disorder prior to his comments and prior to winning, no?
No, I'm sorry, but that was not true. Maybe in that moment, the company, Miss Universe, and in a specific, this person, they manipulate a lot of information about me. I'm here because I know this person, and he's not a good person. That is the point. The point is, no more abuse for us. No more abuse for the girls. If you gain weight, if you don't look the most beautiful girl in the world, you have your mind, you have your heart, you are strong, you are intelligent, and in the future, that ladies can be a president too. Why not?
Listen, I thank you for your time, and I congratulate you on your American citizenship. All the best to you.
Thank you very much. I'm really proud of that, and well, we need to change minds and to respect for all the women in this country. That's it.
Take care. Joining me now with more, Trump campaign national spokesperson Katrina Pearson. Kat, good to see you.
Thank you.
Listen, so the only reason I pressed her in her prior statements was because the public's trying to decide now that she's been injected into this campaign whether she is credible, whether they can believe the specific allegations, right? Miss Piggy and in particular Miss Housekeeping, which has a whole different connotation.
Absolutely.
Right? Having said that, there's no question that he really berated her about her weight and was so insensitive about weight, Katrina. And there are so millions of Americans out there, and how that makes them feel. So why shouldn't they hold it against him that he was so hard on her when it came to her weight?
Well, I think if we look at the context, we are talking about beauty pageants. These individuals who participate in these contests have a weight clause in their contract. This was not something that Mr. Trump just did. This is organization-wide. We can look at 2011 when Miss San Antonio was told she had to lose weight in order to compete for Miss Texas. There's a reason why Miss Universe 2013 published her diet in Shape magazine.
But he has called some women fat pigs. He's constantly evaluating women based on a number. They're a 7, they're a 10. I mean, he's very in the body shape of women.
Well, absolutely. Mr. Trump owned a beauty pageant, and that's where some of that comes from. That is also entertainment. That is also television. When you look at the woman, for example, like his wife and his daughters, they say he treats everyone the same. So we can't just pull out one section of women and say he only does this to women. He will criticize those who criticizes him.
Well, he says you can't be a 10 if you're flat-chested. He hasn't said the equivalent of a man.
Well, I think everyone has their own opinion on what a 10 is, but I will say that this particular charge is extremely important because as you asked her to back up the statement of what she said, did he or did he not? Are there any witnesses that can back up your claim of what he said? Because that's really what's catching fire here. As you mentioned, the Miss Housekeeping is what's really bringing on a worse connotation.
Well, but Miss Piggy's bad too, and even this.
But she didn't back any of that up, Megan.
But here he is. Here's Trump on Stern talking about her. Listen.
You whipped this fat slob into shape. I don't know how you did it. I see all these diet plans, everything else. God bless.